didn't say F the book, but I didn't mean it like fuck the book or no disrespect. I was saying like don't read the book. You know about your brain.
All right, give me numbers. Okay, I got you. Give me numbers 23 and 26.
You said where's our ancestors from? I said
Wait. Let the brother explain. Hold up. Let the brother explain.
All right, read that.
Numbers chapter 23 and verse 21.
It's a so-called white woman in that car waiting for y'all to pop off just to put some hot music. Right? The Lord can stir up these dead adversaries. Right? Read that.
He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
Right?
Neither hath he seen.
Numbers 23 and 26.
Select it. Verse 26. But Balaam answered and said unto Balaam,
Right?
told not I thee, saying,
Told not I thee, saying, read.
all that the Lord speaketh, that I must do.
So everything that the Lord speaks, that's what we have to do.
Right.
We have to open up the Bible and not lean on our own opinion. You know what? Oh, listen. Let me finish this. Let me finish.
You're not going to give it to me in your own opinion. You're going to give it to me straight facts, straight out there.
Exactly. Straight out of
I
the
respect it.
Okay.
But you got to understand our beliefs too.
Right. All right, brother. All right,
I'm
brother.
not against y'all.
All right, look.
If the world could,
Give me
if
Amos
this shit
3.
come to the end of the day, bro, we gonna be rocking with the black people against the white people. Okay, it don't matter about this or none of that. We black. We all black. That's what I'm worried
Chapter
about.
3, verse 3.
Listen to it.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Read that again.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Bro, we want to come to a common ground, right? You gotta let me be able to speak and finish my point. I'll let you speak. I won't cut you off. You may have your own belief, right? You may say, look, we're entitled to our belief, right? It's our job, but respectfully, if you're not like that up there, right? Right.
Oh, that wasn't even saying no stuff. It's not weed, it's tobacco though.
All right. But what we're telling our people is who we are according to the Bible. Right? It's not a religion. It's not a philosophy. So this is who we are.
So y'all basically out here to get us together, basically.
Yeah, the Lord sent us out here to gather the sheep. So what is your nationality? Yeah, what nation of people? Who are your ancestors? Give me Ecclesiastes 8:5 in your pocket. 8:4. Right? What I mean is who are your forefathers? Like the Chinese man can go back and trace his forefathers. The Arab man can go back and trace his forefathers. The East Indian man can go back 250 years and trace back his ancestors. Who are our ancestors?
You got the same thing. That's our secrets. That's something that we're not supposed to tell you. For some reason, that's how it is.
I thought we was just saying, what do you mean tell them?
You said who are our forefathers?
Yeah, who are our
Like that.
forefathers?
Our beliefs is that we're not supposed to tell you. Listen, you know what? It's a secrecy. It's a secrecy. We are the same. There was no disrespect when I stepped in your post. I didn't know I was on it. My point was that we together. Why is it a problem? You stepping on it, I'm stepping on it. Yeah, it's yours. You right. I respect that. I respect that.
All right, listen to this.
This is Sub-Saharan, chapter 8 and verse 4.
Right?
Just not with a rude man,
What the Lord say?
Just not with a rude man.
Read.
lest thy ancestors be disgraced.
Let's not what?
Lest
Thy ancestors be disgraced.
So it's no secret who our ancestors are. It's not a secret. Your ancestors, or our ancestors,
Right.
are who? Abraham, can y'all listen, brothers? Can I make my point? Right, give me Matthew 10 and 27. Our ancestors are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Those are your forefathers. Here in America, you may call yourself a black man. Am I right or am I wrong? You call yourself black. Black is not a nation. It's not a nationality. Black is the color of your outfit, brother. You're not actually black. Right, so you're not black. Neither are you African. Right, but you come from an actual forefather, an actual country. Right, you understand? And it's not in the north. It's not. Right, it's not America. It's not America. You have a heritage that precedes coming over here on stations. When you open up the scriptures, the Bible and history, you find out that our people are the biblical Israelites according to the Most High. What color are you? Whether you're a so-called brown man. What your color doesn't dictate your nationality.
Right.
When y'all walk in these corner stores, what color is the East Indian man? And the Arab, they're brown skin too. But are they the same?
But they're not the same as us, though.
They're not
Right.
the same. You have different nations of people. Skin color does not determine your nation.
Right.
Your bloodline determines your nation.
Right.
So our job is to tell you that you're set apart from this. Listen, let me get around these 76. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all something about y'all. Let me get one verse first. One verse. I'm gonna show y'all.
But Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Bring it out. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
What did God call us?
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Lord called us holy.
Right.
Right? The Lord never created us to live a life like brute beasts, to get high, get drunk, chase ass. We do that by following the ways that we've been raised up in.
Right.
But the Lord, your original purpose is to know.
That's why you can't blame a person for raping and shit like that. Because you don't know what the person went through in their life. You don't know what the person went through.
You're not just like when we throw out extra.
But I'm trying. What about this one? I didn't want to cut.
Listen, like, when a person, like, I'm not saying a person, like, when a person sits there and probably break that and must say, you don't know what that person been through. People might get a lesson and been through this. You feel me? That's why he turns out to be who he is. But look, this is what I've been through. This is what my forefathers did. George Jackson, Big J.
That's the forefather. George Jackson, Big G.
Bill Clinton.
Who?
Bill.
No, I ain't hear what you said. Bill who?
George Jackson, James Big J, and Bill Clinton.
That's our forefather.
What about before that? How far can you go back? How many decades and generations can you go back?
What, 30 decades? Stuff like that.
That's not 30 decades. That's only 40 years.
A decade is 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So I said 3 decades. That's what I meant to say. 30 years. That's what I was meaning. 30 years.
All right, but guess what? What if we were able to show you 1,000 decades?
Right.
It still wouldn't change my belief.
Well, you would have some information
I would
about
have
who your
information,
forefathers
and I
are.
wouldn't be ignorant on the situation.
Are you going to allow us to show you who your forefathers are?
But you see how just now how I stepped on this poster?
Yeah.
And you stepped on your poster, and how that shit, just like y'all was about to rock with each other, we about to rock with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're not here for that. It's
Right.
going to be coming together.
Right.
Around. Right around.
We here
So, because what we is and what y'all is don't make us no difference. If the police come and have to fight y'all right now, we're going to help you. He gonna drop black. It doesn't matter about none of this. Y'all black.
I'm trying to get y'all to understand that we're not black, that
We're
we're
brown
Israelites.
skinned.
No, we're the
brown
Israelites.
Israelites.
That's what we're trying to get. We're the Israelites. Us, me and you, brothers, we are the Israelites. We are
Right.
God's chosen people. We're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
That's what. Hold on, real quick. Let me finish that verse. I'm gonna get one more, and I'm gonna let you do your thing. Read that. Give me Deuteronomy 26.
But thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right.
Above all people.
No, we are the same.
Above all people.
Every race is all equal.
Above all people.
God said the Israelites, us, we're above all people that are what?
That are upon the face of the earth.
Now, who are the strongest people on earth? No, I'm talking about physically strong.
Black.
Who's the fastest?
Black man.
Black people.
It's the black man.
The brown skin.
Now you say, no, God called us the Israelites.
Well, in your words, the Israelites.
Right, the Lord's
they are
word,
the
the
strongest ones.
Yeah, the Israelites.
Black men. They're the
It's a black man. Black woman. White woman. White man.
Okay, you have the Israelites that are above all people. But right now, although we're above all people, we're in the bottom of society.
Right.
Here you have God reading about us being above all people.
You know why we at the bottom of society?
Let me finish my point.
Each other. Just like that little fuck about the poster when I stepped on it by accident.
Lord Jahid Ben.
Let me finish
And
what
then
I'm
you
saying.
reacted how you react.
Yeah, well, brother, we apologize for that.
Yeah,
It's all good. We want to. I just want y'all to allow me to finish my point.
That's what y'all live for, to
Yeah.
help a black person and help others get ready. And I understand. I respect all each and one of you.
Okay, all praise.
But we got y'all. And you and what y'all do, and y'all gonna see our God. Listen to it real quick.
Yeah, let me just finish my point. Right? Can I get that? Can I get y'all a word in 30 seconds? 30 seconds.
Easy.
All right.
Feedback. So easy feedback.
Brother, can I get your word in 30 seconds? 30 seconds. Can I get your word to finish my point? All right, all praises. So give me Deuteronomy 28, 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
All right, listen to this. What I'm about to read y'all, I gave you 30 seconds. I'm going to make it quick. What I'm about to read you is a prophecy. right? The prophecies are foretelling the future events that will happen to one race of people. I want you to tell me out of all of the different races of people in the Bible who this fits. Read it straight through.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Hold on. The Lord says he's going to take one people and put them into Egypt again. The Israelites were slaves in Egypt. I know you heard of Moses who told Pharaoh, let my people go. He said, let my people go because they were in bondage. After they left Egypt, God said, if you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to send you back into Egypt again. Meaning back into what? Back into bondage. Back into slavery. Read it one more time from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Our people were sent into slavery on ships. We're reading it in the Bible.
Right.
As a prophecy of what will happen to the Israelites, which is us. Go on.
By the way whereof I spake
It's almost done.
by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more
We
again.
haven't seen our homeland again.
And there ye shall be sold.
And what?
And there ye shall be sold.
And we were sold. We're reading it in the Bible.
Who helped sell us
Hold
though?
on, brother. I thought, brother, I had 5 more
Who
seconds.
helped? All right, go ahead.
And that was 25.
You right, go ahead, go ahead.
All right.
You right, go
And
ahead.
there they should be sold
Unto your enemies.
unto your what?
Unto your
We
enemies.
were sold unto our enemies, which is the so-called white man who bought us, right?
For bondmen
Slave men
and bondwomen.
and slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
No man got us out of our captivity. Still in the same land that we were sold to well over 500 years ago.
Who helped the white people?
Who helped the so-called Africans and the Arabs and
Who
all the other
helped the
nations?
white people get the black folks on slavery started?
You want us to really answer that?
The blacks?
No.
The blacks?
No.
You don't think blacks was trading them black? You don't think the blacks helped out?
No, I'm gonna tell you how. Now when you say
The light skinned ones, I'm saying.
no,
Like, the
not
ones
the
that
light
was
skin,
house
not
niggas and stuff like that.
Not the light skin. We want to deal with Abraham real quick. But let me get this first.
Look at Joel.
Now, real quick, looking this up. Yeah, we want. Hey, we hold on. We this is better. This
I'm
is
not
do you
gonna
want
change
better?
how I feel about what I believe in. I just
All right, well, look.
I want knowledge on what they believe in. So,
All right, well,
you
too
gonna
strong
know.
for a bearer. Most I will. Now, brother, what you looking at is a slave ship, right?
Right.
Now, have you ever heard of the Sub-Saharan slave trade? So the Sub-Saharan slave trade is the slave trade, the major slave trade before the transatlantic slave trade. I know you're the transatlantic slave trade, where they would ship us from the west coast to Africa to America.
right.
There was a slave trade before that.
And that's what that is. That was the biggest one, actually. That's
This is the transatlantic slave trade. The Sub-Saharan slave trade is when the Arabs sold so-called black people, the Israelites, to the actual Africans. Like, if you ever see an actual African, they got the sandals on, they selling purses. Those are actual Africans. We're not actual Africans. We're the Israelites. The Arabs in these corner stores sold us to Africans. So when you say blacks, you're speaking about, I got you, good look. When you say blacks, we're talking about Africans that sold Israelites to the so-called white man. Not Israelites selling Israelites. That's the Sub-Saharan slave trade. For about 1,000 years, you had Arabs selling Israelites to Africans who in turn sold us to European colonists for guns, mirrors, spices, gold, wine, and other spices. We're going to show you that thus said the Lord. Read that.
Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Listen to this.
And they have cast lots for my people,
So they sold our people, right? Go on.
and have given a boy for a harlot.
And have done what?
Given a boy for a harlot.
The Africans would take sons, our sons, and turn them into sex slaves and sell them for prostitutes. Go on.
And sold a girl for wine.
And they sold our daughters for liquor and for wine.
Right.
Read.
That they might drink.
Right?
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
So Tyre and Zidon are African nations.
Right.
Go on.
And all the coast of Palestine. Well, he rendered me a recompense.
God is talking to him saying, are you going to recompense me because I didn't choose you? Go on.
And if he recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Here's the point. Here's the point. Listen up.
Because he hath taken my silver and my gold,
God told the Africans and the Arabs, you stole my silver and my gold.
and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant deeds.
Right, let me get this. Right? You know what this game is?
The children also of Judah.
What the Lord saying?
The children also of Judah.
Read that again.
The children also of Judah.
These are the children of Judah, the so-called American blacks. God is talking to the Africans and said the children of Judah, go on,
And the children of Jerusalem.
and the other tribes
Have ye sold?
have you what?
Have ye sold?
God is giving you history that you're not going to learn in this system. He's letting you know how you were sold to the so-called white man. The children of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, have been sold to who?
To the Grecians.
To the who?
To the Grecians.
Who are the Greeks? What race of people are the Greeks? Whites. So-called white people. The Italians are so-called white people.
Listen, right?
Hold on, let me finish. I want y'all to comprehend
At present,
what I'm saying.
At present, right?
We're on the streets though right now.
I mean,
At present, right? You learn a lot about the black culture, bro. Some of these things, I do understand. I do understand, right? But I believe in what I believe in, right?
Revelation 22 and 11.
No, I'm not trying to keep doing that. I just want you to know,
Give me
right?
1 Corinthians
We're
14
supposed
and
to be
38.
together. Y'all trying to bring us together.
You Titus 3 and
Why
9.
did all that just happen when I stepped on the post?
That's part of the curses, brother. You step
Well,
on
ask that. So what you're not cursed because you're
No,
Israelite?
no, give me Deuteronomy. And it's spirits, it's spirits out there,
I
brother.
like
Right? It's a deep answer.
The book. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
So brotherly love that we used to have. Right? What did the Lord say?
his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
What did the Lord say?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Why do you think black on black crime is so high in Baltimore, Chicago, New York, LA, Detroit? How come it's never Korean or Korean crime?
Right.
Or Arab crime? Or Hawaiian crime? Why is it always us? No, the Lord is, brother, you gotta realize that everything is done by the Most High. That's it. The sooner we can realize that the Most High is running in the children of men and fear the Most High is when you begin to get the wisdom. When you begin to try to solve our problems by speaking of politics, economics,
Right.
damn, all types of stuff that doesn't matter, we want to remain at the bottom.
we gonna burn
Once
the
we
house
understand
if
that
we don't
God put a curse
believe
on
this,
us and allowed us to be evil
Israelites,
towards each
right?
other, the sooner that we'll be as a people.
We're gonna burn hell if we don't become Israelites. We're gonna burn hell. We're gonna burn hell.
You're in hell right now.
This is hell. Right?
This is
We're
hell.
gonna burn hell.
If you don't repent as an Israelite, you're going to be destroyed by fire and brimstone. That's coming to the earth soon.
Bro,
All these lights is about to be broken
I
up.
believe in God.
All hell is
And
about to
man,
break
what
loose. on
God
earth.
is, I don't care what color it is.
Revelation
I'm
22.
gonna burn that motherfucking hell.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
What the Lord say?
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Right?
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. All right, y'all got a flyer. Did y'all at least take a flyer?
Give me one. I'm gonna take one.
Just get a brother a flyer.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still.
Right. And what?
And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
And he which is holy, let him be holy still. So we in the days where, look, you know, it's little room for error, right? And we don't have 35 hours straight to break it down. Either you get it or you don't. 1 Corinthians 14 and 38. Right? You got that fly. Right? Did you learn anything out of the dialogue and discourse we had? What did you learn, brother? There you go. There you go.
Right.
Who did that happen to? And what did God call us? There you go.
That's right.
As a bystander.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 38.
Right.
But if a man be ignorant, let him. But if any man be ignorant,
If any man be ignorant, right, meaning you don't want to retain knowledge, go on.
let him be ignorant.
Let him what?
Let him be ignorant.
We'll try and rip our garment up and pray and beg them and kiss their boots and say, please listen to the Bible.
Let him be
See
ignorant.
that? We're not doing that. We're not begging you to understand the word. Either you get it or you don't. Now we'll be patient. Right. Then we got to draw that line. Right. Now we got to close the door and say, look, we're moving on. Right. We're going to deal with you, brother. What's your nationality? What do you got called? You said it earlier. Nah, that's what they doing. The Israelites. Israelites.
And I heard it was on a show called American Gods.
Okay.
Like this Nancy was saying this thing that white people are actually good. When something bad happens, it's a good person doing a bad thing. He was saying black people are naturally bad. When something good happens, it's automatically turned to that animal true nature. Up to here. And I don't understand that part.
Well, give me the book of that's Matt. Now who said that?
Mr. Nancy, also known as the God of Tricks, Anansi.
The God of Tricks?
Yeah.
See, that's madness, right?
That's crap.
Right? What is that? What is that? Egyptology? Is that a so-called white man or an Egyptian?
It's like it's called American God. It's like a show on Star.
Okay, what race was the man that said that?
Black. He was black.
He was a black man?
Yeah.
Well, when you see that, we got to come out of that, man.
Right.
The so-called black man's innately wicked, and the so-called white man, what was it again? How did it go with the quote that you just gave?
That white people are naturally good.
Hold on, let's cut that. Let's deal with that right now.
Right.
Let's deal with that right now. You mean to tell me a so-called black man, which I'm not surprised, came out and said that the so-called white man is naturally good?
Right.
Give me Psalm chapter 58 and verse 2. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:13. Give me Ecclesiastes 1:13. Give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 and verse 10.
Psalms chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked.
The who?
The wicked.
Read.
Are estranged from the womb.
God says the wicked are estranged from the womb. Meaning there's a certain race of people, regardless of what they do, they're born wicked. Now, who are the wicked according to the Bible?
White.
All right,
Really? That's right!
All right. Well, why would you say that? Because I agree, but I mean, what made you say that?
That they do, that they say that us, the Israelites,
Yeah.
that we are the bad people.
Right.
But it's not true. That the white people are bad because they think they're afraid of us because we know we're smarter than them.
That's right.
We are original people.
That's right.
Bring it out!
Also, we know a lot more than them.
That's right.
And we get find a way to get more help people.
Right. Now our people, we don't know that.
Right.
So we don't gotta get Joe or read it again.
Come on. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
So they're born wicked. Right. If I was there and what's his name, Anasi, and Anasi said that to me, hey, you put on the prescription to call him a liar.
That's right.
He's gonna have to explain Psalm chapter 58 and 3 when God said that they're born wicked. Go on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
They go astray, they're wicked as soon as they're born. When that baby's crying, that so-called white baby, you may see him on Gerber, he's gonna put up commercial running like this. He's wicked! Right! Don't care if he's on the damn toilet paper commercial. Right? He's running around, he's spilling spaghetti sauce on his head. Right. He's at the damn high chair, they're beating on the desk. He's wicked.
Right.
Right, go on.
Huh. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies.
That's
what
right.
God said.
That's
That's Solomon 12 and 10. Right? I'm gonna give you another verse and show you that. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Right.
And it reads, but executing the judgment upon them by little and little,
Right.
thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice was bred in them.
So their malice is bred in them. It's in their blood to be malice and to be wicked.
And that their cogitation,
Meaning your deep thoughts. You know, you may think something wicked, then you say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go and be evil, but now I need to serve the Most High. That's not how the so-called white man thinks. Right? He's always wicked. That their cogitations
would never be changed.
well, what?
Would never be changed.
For it was a cursed seed from the beginning, neither didst thou, for fear of any man, give them pardon for those things wherein they sinned.
See that? So they was a cursed seed from the beginning. The Canaanites,
Right.
the Edomites,
Right.
they're cursed from the very jump, brother. Ecclesiastes.
Brother, Ecclesiastes, the word in verse 15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight.
That which is crooked cannot be made straight. They're made crooked, right? If you try to take a snake and straighten them out, it's only a matter of time when you go back and start slipping. Go on.
And that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
If they're lacking, they're not going to be numbered. Right? They come up short. That's what they're going to say. They spiritually come up short. Right? So we are Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. Right? We are created to be righteous. Right? Jacob was a plain man. Right? Dwelling in tents. That word plain in the Hebrew is righteous.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23. For God created man to be immortal.
The Lord say,
For God created man to be
He's
immortal.
not talking about the so-called white man. He's made to be destroyed.
Right.
He's the son of perdition.
Right.
He is created to be cast down.
Right.
The Israelite man, you were made to be immortal. You wasn't made to die the death of the wicked.
Right.
You wasn't made to die at the age of 35.
Right.
You wasn't made to die in prison. You wasn't made to die by the hand of the police. What type of life is that to live? Why would the Lord make that a life created for his chosen? You wasn't created, brother, to get hit by a straight bullet, man. On the damn pin of north, man. What did the Lord say about this brother? What's your name, King? Darren. What did the Lord say about Darren?
For God created man to be immortal.
What did the Lord say?
For God created man to be immortal.
Read it again.
For God created man to be immortal.
Read it one more time.
For God created man to be immortal.
God created you, Darren, to be immortal.
That's right.
To live forever in righteousness.
That's right.
Not to fall victim to the curses and the sins of this captivity, brother, but to repent and serve the Lord in the land of the living, right? And ultimately in the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
And made him to be an image of his own eternity.
You're made to be the image of the Lord's eternity, to be timeless, brother, to be immortal, to be infinite, brother.
Right.
To have your years without end.
Right.
That's what we're created. Now, how do we get there, brother? That's what we're made, but how do we act? What actions do we have to take?
We have to take our own action.
All right, we have to take our actions in terms of what? Should we vote? Should we go chase down Joe Biden? Should we, what? Should we inject ourselves with the latest poison they're putting out there in our people? Do we go back to college?
BLM.
Doctor degree?
Black Lives Matter.
Do we spray paint Black Lives Matter? Right? What do we do? What actions?
We are positive.
Are positive? Well, that's not going to cut it, right? That's not going to cut it because people believe that spraying Black Lives Matter is positive.
Right.
They believe getting a picket sign from Family Dollar and marching in the Million Man March. They believe that it's positive. We have to be justified by this of the Lord. It's one thing to lean on your own understanding. It's another thing to be rooted in the scriptures. Right? Please, brother, he's going to break the commandments down for you and show you what actions you have to take.
I got the brand. 14, right at verse number 2. Right, give me the book, right, number. Right, 15, 36. Right, give me the book, Leviticus. Right, 11 to verse 7. Right,
Deuteronomy.
right, Deuteronomy. Right, actually, I dropped it. Right, give me St. John. Right, 15 and verse number 1. Right, because you gotta understand what it's all about in these last days, right? How to get that everlasting life, man. How do we get back into God and the beloved Son in the kingdom of heaven? Bring it up, John 15.
But St. John, the 15 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
I am the true vine. You know what I'm saying?
I am the true vine.
Read it again.
I am true vine.
And Yahweh said, our Lord and Savior said that He is that true vine. All right, read on.
And my Father is the husbandman, right? Every branch in me that bears not fruit, he taketh away, right? And every branch that bears fruit, he purges.
Right, hey, in the book, I'm talking a bunch of words. Drop that, give me the book of Matthew 12 and verse number 33. Right? But if you gotta bear that righteous fruit in these last days, hey, give me the book of Isaiah. Right, to the 5 and verse 7. Right?
Book of Matthew,
You're gonna put a Song of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 16. Right, bring that out.
chapter 12 and verse 33.
Right.
either make thee, so I can either make the tree of good and his fruits good.
Either what?
Either make the tree good and his fruits good.
Right, either make right, the tree good and his fruits, right, of meaning his works, right, and his actions that he bring forth good and righteous. Read on.
Or else make the tree corrupt.
Or what?
Or else make the tree corrupt.
Right, hey, when you look around, hey, Penn North, man, and a lot of right people, and their trees are damn corrupt, man.
Right.
They're damn folly,
right?
Damn madness, and damn selling drugs all day,
right?
Getting high all day,
right?
Walking out in the street into madness, and standing at the damn bus stops, damn scoffing and damn cooning, man, and don't want to hear the words of life and come back to serving the Lord, man. Right, read on.
And his fruit corrupt,
right? And his fruit corrupt, right? Bring that up.
Song of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
My beloved is mine,
right?
And I am his.
Right.
He feedeth among the lilies.
What?
He feedeth among the lilies.
Right. Song of Solomon 4:16.
Song of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Oh wait, oh north wind.
What the Lord said?
Oh wait,
oh north wind.
And right now, this is that north wind, man. That word of life, it been breathed upon you in these last days. Right? Chapter 13, right? And verse number 2. Right? Because we can't know just for you, brother.
Right.
The wisdom, understanding, and come back to God Yahweh in the name of the Son of Yahweh. Right,
the book of Ezekiel, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Read out.
Because 37, verse 37.
No, 37.
Oh, 37 it says, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse number 10.
Read out.
And it reads. Right? And it reads. So I prophesied, as he commanded me.
Right.
And the breath came unto me.
And the what?
And the breath came unto me.
Right. And in the breath. Right. In the book, right, Job, right, 33 and verse 4, man. Right. That breath, right, of life, man, it's talking about the word of the Most High. Right. Bring that up.
Look at Job, chapter 33 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
The Spirit of Yahweh has made me, and the breath of the Almighty has given me life.
And what?
And the breath of the Almighty has given me life.
Right, brother. Hey, this word, man, the commandments, the doctrine, hey, this right here is going to give you some life. Man.
That's right.
Wake up spiritually and be a man, and so that we can have crowns and a place upon our head, man. But by our Lord and Savior, man. And to get the kingdom, man. And to get rulership, man. Hey, not being in slavery and in captivity all day, man. But having service and handmaids, man. And no longer having the so-called white man police us, man. But us, having the so-called white man police and put in chains, put in shock, and put in death captivity.
That's right.
Right, you know?
Verse 5.
Right. Look at that on Job. I mean, Ezekiel, right? Read on
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 10.
Right.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them.
Right.
And they lived.
Right.
And stood up upon their feet.
Right.
An exceeding great army.
Oh, what?
An exceeding great army.
What are we?
An exceeding great army.
Right, brother. Hey, what you see before you is an exceeding great army. Hey, for the Lord rising back up in these last days, man.
Right.
Right, men who are repentant, right, and seeking the kingdom in these last days, man. And seeking righteousness, man. And seeking to go back to their homeland, man. And not be in damn Baltimore all day.
Right.
Not be in damn DC. And not be in the damn hoods, the damn ghettos, and the damn slums all day.
Right.
Right, but have damn palm trees. It demands have cash gold, silver, have righteousness, royal pearl, no pain, no fear, no crime no more, and no more death. You know?
Then he said unto me,
Right.
Son of man,
Right.
these bones are the whole house of Israel.
Right, come. Let's go back to that. Song of Solomon. Come. Right, this is Deuteronomy 14. Bring that up.
Song of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Awake, O north wind, and come, thou south.
Right?
Blow upon thy garden.
What the Lord said?
Blow upon my garden.
So right now, brother, in the words of life, starting to open, man. Right, we said we are the Lord's garden, man. We get that for Isaiah 5. So, we got it.
Right here.
Bring it up.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 7.
Read.
For the vineyard of the Lord.
For the what?
For the vineyard of the Lord.
Right. for the vineyard of the Lord's garden, you know? For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts, right, is the house of Israel. What?
It's the house of Israel.
It's
the house of Israel.
Right, brother, we will represent in the house of Israel, man. The so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans and Seminole Indians of Negro and Indian descent, man. Man, woman, and child, hey, we will be the Lord's vineyard in these last days.
That's right.
That came from
In the men of Judah, his pleasant plan.
his what?
His pleasant plan.
And the men of Judah his present plan, man, brother. Right, and you, brother, would come from the tribe of Judah, man. And the same tribe that our Lord and Savior, Lord Jesus Christ, my real name, and my second house, right, Hebrew, right, came from the blood of the Lord literally runs through your veins, brother. Right, and brother, the Lord was literally look just like you, brother.
That's right.
Right, you know? Right,
Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 16.
Right.
Awake, O north wind,
Right.
and come thou south.
Right.
Blow upon my garden,
Right.
that the spices thereof may flow out.
Right, and spices the rub, man, are all the deceitful spells, man. That you get from Genesis, man, Revelation, man, a Sirach, man, and getting unlocking these various chambers, man, and getting the wisdom of the Lord, man. Right, but so let's get some more commandments of the Most High, and so that you can get built up, right, and stand up and succeed in great honor. Right, bring that up.
Look at Deuteronomy,
Give me, read them.
chapter 14, and verse 3.
Give me slide.
Two.
Verse 2.
Right?
For thou art a holy people.
For thou art a holy people. For thou art a holy people. For thou art a holy people.
That's right.
Right, and we are literally a special group of people, right? We don't.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Until who?
Until the Lord thy God.
No, everybody.
Until the Lord thy God.
The Lord thy God, man. Right? Again, meaning Lord, right? It means that he is only the Lord your God. Right? And we have our own personal gods, right? Why do you think all the different nations have to create their own gods? Right? Christianity has so-called white Jesus, right? Like Islam has a damn block, right? And you got the so-called Lord versus worship damn Buddha, right? Islam, right? And all these different gods. Right? Because we have the one and only true God. Right? Read.
Lord thy God.
Right?
And the Lord had chosen thee to be a peculiar people.
The Lord said.
The Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people.
Right, brother, and the Lord, he chose you to be a peculiar. Right. Meaning special, man. And unique, man. Right. And you different from every other nation upon the face of the earth.
Right.
That's the Lord said, man.
That's
right. Right, Lord.
Unto himself.
Right.
Above all the nations.
The Lord said.
Above all the nations. Above all the nations.
Above all the nations, man. Right. The Lord said the Israelites are above the so-called white.
Right.
And the Lord said the Israelites are above the so-called Chinese man.
Right.
Above the so-called East Indian man.
Right.
And above the so-called Chinese man, the Japanese man. And above every damn so-called wicked nation that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right.
Israelites, we are above all the nations. We don't?
There are upon the earth.
Right?
Verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
The Lord said,
Thou shalt not eat any abominable things.
Therefore, by being the Lord that can your people, a set apart, a special man, a nation of kings and priests, man. Right? Even the book, right, of Exodus, right, 19 and verse 6, man. Right, but by being a nation of people, man. And the Lord said that we can't eat any abominable things. Right now, what do you think are some abominations that's down here? Do you know what's an abominable? Okay, but which ones are abominable and which ones are not? Where people know? Give me verse 8. I got one.
Verse 8.
Right?
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
Right, the swine. Right. What swine, brother? The pig. Right, the pig. Hear that, elder? Right? Hey, what swine, elder? Yeah, swine. A pig, man. Hey, read on.
And it's swine,
right?
Because it divided the hoof,
Right?
It's like it yet chewing, not the cut.
Right, so the pig, right, the Lord is saying it has all the characteristics of a clean animal, hey, but it's chewed, not the cut. It means that it doesn't properly digest its food. Right, but the pig, it also has a no sweat glands, and eats and everything, right? Right, yeah, it was made to be the garbage disposal of the earth, right? That's why you can put, right, a landfill of trash in front of a pig, and it's going to eat it all up.
Right.
And you can put feces, a dead body, and that pig, that's going to clean up that earth, right? Right, so all those toxins, right, and poisons, right, are now inside of that pig, right, because it doesn't sweat to release, right, those toxins out of his body, right? Nor does it properly digest it, right? So we have these so-called food companies, right? They'll take the pig and then chop it up and then push all the nasty yellow and white pus out of it and then serve that same poison to our people, right? You know?
That's why I stopped eating pork.
Y'all praise the Lord, you know? You know?
It is unclean unto you.
The Lord said,
It is unclean unto you.
And the Lord said that the pork, the pig, the nasty, filthy, a dirty swine, and that it is unclean unto our people. Man.
That's
right. Why? Because we are the Israelites, man. God's chosen people, man.
Right.
Our holy, peculiar, special, set apart people, right? Separate from all these different nations, man. Right? Why do you think only our people are catching hell, man? It's because we're being judged by our Heavenly Father, right? For eating our plain things. That's right. That's right, you know?
He should not eat of their flesh.
The Lord said,
He shall not eat of the flesh. He shall not eat of their flesh.
The Lord said, and the pork and the pig, and we cannot eat it, nor what?
Nor touch that dear carcass.
The pig is so nasty, horrible, and filthy, and we can't even touch the pig, man. Right? And that's important to the Most High, man. Hey, but what do our people do, man? Eat damn pork chops all day, man. That pepperonis, man. Hey, eat them chitlins. Hey, see that, man? See that, man? Damn pork ribs. Look at the damn barbecue sauce on it, man. Hey, the Lord said that we can eat them, man. Right? And that's why our people, right, went to captivity. Right? For eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, right? Our children got that as an alligator meat, man. Right? And for eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, our people got sold into slavery, man. Right? And put and then tied up and then set on fire for the so-called white man's amusement, man. Our children got sent into zoos, right, and played as them carnival games and hit the nigga baby baseball, man. Right? That's where picnics. Right? Right? Hey, picnics, man. Hey, the old picking nigga, man. Right? When the so-called white man will round up, right, the Israelite man, right, and have an auction, right, while the so-called white man is sitting down, right, eating them food, right, with them a tablecloth, right? Right? You know?
Verse 9.
Right?
These shall he eat of all that are in the water.
Right? And now the Lord is getting ready to tell us what we can eat and what we cannot eat inside the waters. Right? So this is what you can eat that comes out of the waters. You know?
All that have fins and scales.
The Lord said,
All that have fins and scales.
Right? So what has fins and scales that's in the rivers and the seas and the ocean? What food or what creature has fins and scales? A fish, right? You got red snapper, right? You got perch, right? You got lake trout, you got sea trout, you got salmon, right? You got tilapia, man, right? And you got codfish, man. You get fancy, man. Right. But the Lord said, and you must eat that which has fins and scales. Right, Reno? Hold on, I got you. 1 second.
All that have fins and scales shall he eat.
Right.
And whatsoever have not fins and scales, he may not eat.
Right, and whatsoever have not fins and scales, we may not eat. Right now, what that sound like? Read it again.
And whatsoever have not fins and scales,
Right, and whatsoever have not fins and scales,
ye may not eat.
you may what?
Ye may not eat.
Right, you may not eat. Right, so what that sound like? Right?
things that's in the water that's not have family spirit. Hey, dolphin, what else? Shark. Hey, shark, what else? I know. Well, I mean, how about shrimp? How about crab? Right. How about lobster? Right. How about so-called calamari? How about all the so-called delicacies of this world, man? Right? You got them red lobster, right? And all these other so-called stores, they put the damn serpents on, right? Got the clean food, right? And the steak, right? Or got the abomination. You got the damn pork, right? With the damn shrimp. Right? You got the damn nasty filthy pork, right? Side by side.
You
right?
know
With the
what
damn lobster tail, man. Lobster tail. You can't eat that, man.
At all.
That's what the Lord said.
That's right.
Right? And for our people eating that, man, our people went into captivity, man.
Right.
Our people went to slavery, man. Where our people have them lynch parties, right? Where the so-called white man comes out in mass number, right? Right to watch, right? The so-called black man, right? This Israelite man, get hungry, man. Right? And look at all these so-called white people coming out, right? To watch this brother who innocently, man, got put to death, man. Right? Wow, man.
Oh, hell.
Right? Again, because our people refused to hearken to the commandments, right? They eat the clean food, right? That the Most High told us not to do.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, hey, you gotta come out of that, man.
Right.
Right now, do y'all eat a shrimp, crab, lobster, right? Any of those? Right? Right. What about you, brother? Eat those foods, brother.
I'll be honest with you, I do.
Well, brother, you gotta repent and to accept those foods, right? And come back and serve the Lord, man, and start eating clean foods, right? Because
That's right.
This society, they're not going to teach you the all such commandments of the Most High, man.
Like I said before.
This world is not going to teach you how to live righteously and how to get the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
This world teaches nothing but them wickedness,
Right.
Them sin,
Right.
Them pedophilia,
Right.
Them you can do what you want to do,
Right.
And God does everything, man,
Right.
And tells us all these lies and abominations and to keep our people still here and to sin, right, so that the Lord doesn't come back and deliver his chosen people, right? But if we come back, right, and serve the Lord and keep these laws and commandments, and the Lord is going to set us back on high, man.
That's right.
Set us back, right, into a place of righteousness, man. And set us back upon thrones, man, right, and give us the everlasting dominion, right, and life, right? Come on, bring that out, King. Right. So here's another commandment that you probably haven't heard. Come.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
Verse 26.
Verse 26.
Right.
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood.
The Lord said,
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood.
Right, so one commandment where some people don't have much trouble with, right, is that you should not eat anything with the blood, right? Meaning what? You can't get your steak right there, rare, right? It's still damn bleeding, right? And blood still coming out of it, right? That the Lord requires for food it to be well done, right? And cooked all the way,
Right.
right? And because it's like in the blood, right? You know, right? Right, bring that up.
Bring it up.
Look at the words.
Look at Genesis chapter 9 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And keep the commandments these last days, right? Bring it up.
But flesh was the life thereof,
Right?
which is the blood thereof,
Which is the what?
which
is the blood thereof.
Right? Shall he not eat?
Hey, shall you not eat? Right? So you can't get the food that has the blood and still good. Right? And you gotta make sure that our meats and foods are cooked all the way through. Right? Because it's life inside the blood. Right? So come, read on, King.
Leviticus 19 and verse 26.
Right?
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood.
Right?
Neither shall they use enchantment nor observe time.
Either what?
Neither shall ye use enchantment nor observe time.
Right? Neither they shall use enchantments, right? Nor observe times, man. Right? You got a lot of our people who are into astrology, right? Horoscopes, man. Right? Into them crystals, man. right? And to them tarot cards, man, right? And the Lord said that you should not observe the times or you use the channels, man, right, brother? Because all that is witchcraft according to the Most High, man, right? And the Lord said, right, in the book of Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, hey, you should not suffer a witch to live. Right, come on, so read on.
Verse 27.
Right.
Ye shall not round the corners of your head.
The Lord said,
Ye shall not round the corners of your head.
Right, so you can't shake your hair ball, right? Like Michael Jordan, right? Charles Barkley, right? Mike Tyson. Well, it's the boss. Hey, Tyrese, man. Right? So-called, again, more chestnut, man. Hey, you can't make it them a hairball, man. Hey, that's Steve Harvey, man. Right. Get the damn El Putin, man. And the Lord said, hey, Ben,
Right.
Hey, the Lord said, hey, you can't be damn walking out here with the damn milk duds, man. Right, why? Because the Lord has hair, man. Right, and we can be in the same image of our Father. All right, give me the book.
Excuse me, I'm begging back.
All right, brother, read on.
Ye shall not round the corners of your head,
Right.
neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Neither what?
Neither shall the corners of thy beard.
Right, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard. Right, the word mar means to destroy. Right, so as you see, and you got all the mighty kings up here, like a beard, they can go. Right? And you already keeping that commandment, man. Right? But a lot of our people shave their beard, right? Shave their face, right? These are so-called white man. Right? But the Lord told us, right? They supposed to have a beard on your face, right? And let it grow full, man. Right? That don't mean get a damn goatee, right? A damn chin strap, man. Right? Or just keep a few chin hairs because you think it's cool. Like, no, man, you gotta have a full beard to grow with a family. Because again, a heavenly father and his son have beards on their face, right? Read on.
Verse 28.
Right?
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Right?
Nor print any marks upon you.
What?
Nor print any marks upon you.
What?
I am Yahweh.
Right, so brother, you can't sit around and cut yourself on there, right? Like you see the so-called emo people, right? The so-called young people. Hey, I'm depressed. I'm gonna cut myself. You can't do that, right? It says a nor print. They all praise, right? Right? It says nor print any marks upon you. Right now, what do you think that sounds like, brother?
That sounds like I've seen people cut themselves on mostly that's white people.
A print marks upon you, right? What that sound like to you? Right? You be having a mark or something printed upon you.
I believe that was the mark from the Lord.
Tattoos, brother. Tattoos. Right. So, hey, you can have tattoos. Right now, I mean, brothers up there got tattoos, right? But hey, what? Hey, this brother repented, man.
That's right.
And he didn't get no more, right? What about you, King? What you do about your tattoos?
I had to repent.
What?
Turn away from it.
Hey, this brother repent, right? Ask the Lord, hey, forgive me, hey, I got no more tattoos, ever, right? And no more, right? And that's what it's all about in these last days, man. And repenting and coming back and serving the Lord our God, man. Right? Right, now, brother, hey, I can't see you grabbing the top of your head. Right? Bring that up.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 13 and verse 40.
Right.
Bring it out. And the man whose hair is falling off his head,
Right?
he is bald.
Right?
Yet is he clean.
Right? Yet he is clean, right? So it can hair, right? It's naturally it coming out, right? Or you naturally go bald, right? You are still clean and still righteous and still keeping the commandments of the Lord, right? And you can't do this, right? Like our brothers, right? Have a full head of hair, man, and take a damn razor and just then shave it bald, get the damn wax on it, put the damn tape on it, and then ripping the damn hair out, and then getting the polish and then shining it, man. Right. So like that,
what's his name? More than Chestnut, huh? Right. You can't do that. Right? It's off, right? Like also,
I wish I could stay, but I gotta go home for a grand. She looks good too.
okay, brother. Well, he gonna give you 2 more commandments right before you leave. Right? Give me the book. Right? A man. Right? Right thing. Verse number 6. Right? So real fast, but before you leave, right? What is your nationality, brother?
That's
right.
Right.
They hear you, brother.
The Israelite.
That's right.
Right. And how do you get the kingdom of heaven, huh?
The Israelite.
Okay. That's a good answer. The Israelites. I mean, the Israelites are going to be the ones that inherit the kingdom of heaven, right? But it's also a step, right, for us to take it to receive the kingdom of heaven, right?
The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 16.
Right.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing should I do that I may have eternal life?
Right, so you love a man, like coming to the word, ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Real name Yahweh Hamashiach, right? In the Hebrew, right, a so-called black man, right, with red eyes, right, woolly hair, right, and coming back and with fierce anger and the sword, it's to save and deliver his people, and the children of Israel, man. Right, asking the Lord, how do I get to the kingdom of heaven? How do I receive everlasting life? Right, read on.
And he said unto him,
Right.
Why callest thou me good?
Right.
There is none good but one.
Right.
That is God.
That is who?
That is God.
Right, the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh. Right now, you said Yahweh, brother?
Say it again.
Yahweh.
Howard.
Yahweh. Say it with me, brother.
Your Howard.
Hey, Yahweh, man.
Yahweh.
There you go.
That's right.
Right, and the name of the son, Yahweh Shah. Right, say it with me.
Your Howard's son.
Yahweh Shah, that's right. Right, read.
Why callest thou me good?
Right.
There is none good but one.
Right.
That is Yahweh.
Right. That's right.
But if thou wilt enter into life,
Right, if you want to get the kingdom of heaven, brother, do what?
keep the commandments.
The Lord said,
Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments.
Right, brother, you gotta keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's right. Right, so before you leave, right, and you gotta understand that you are an Israelite.
Right.
And the way to get the kingdom of heaven is by keeping the commandments. Right now, brother, on that flyer, right, you got YouTube channels, right, check them out. Right, the Washington for Israel, right, where we do the main street teaching. Right, the Cold Cut channel, right, where we go into in-depth breakdowns, right, understand it and break it down, right, certain chapters, right, and verses, right, and events going on inside the world, man. Right, and also, right, we got the Facebook channel on there, right, the Instagram, right, the Twitter, man. Right, brother, so check us out, brother. All right, brother. You know what I'm saying, brother? All praise to the Most High.
Shalom.
And that's what it's all about, man. And by bringing the children of Israel that were once lost and bringing them back home into the fold, man. And gathering the lost sheep and then scattered abroad, man. In the book of St. John, right, chapter 11.
And look, at least I gave you a good answer, like a good question, like nonsense.
Yeah, brother. It's all the spirit that you got to edify. Right. All right, so bring that up.
The book of John, chapter 11 and verse 50. Read. Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people,
Right?
and that the whole nation perish not.
Right, and that the whole nation perish not, man.
And also one more thing. I'm not black. I'm not white. I am an Israelite.
That's right. 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 That's right.
And this spake not he, and this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahweh's son should die for that nation,
Right?
and not for that nation only.
Right? Hey, not for just the Jews, man. Not for just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but what?
But that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad
that are scattered abroad, man. Right. Who are in the damn ghettos, man. In the slums, in the churches, in the ghettos, man. And to bring them back home, right, and come back and to y'all was shot, man, in these last days, man. Right? Come on, bring that up.
The book of Acts, chapter 26, verse 7. Yeah. Unto which promise are 12 tribes. What does I say? Unto which promise
the
12 tribes.
Unto which promise the 12 tribes, man. Right? Because Paul, he was going out and doing the work, man. And together with our people who are under the Gentile last days, man. Right? Our people who are amalgamated under Greek customs, man. Right? Because all of us who are out here and sprung under the Greek philosophies, man. Right? Under the customs of the so-called white man. Right. Celebrating their Thanksgiving, man. Right. Their Christmas, man. Right. And their New Year's. And of course, if you lied, man. Right. And all the other abominations thereof, man.
Right.
Right. Read on.
Instantly serving God day and night. Right. Hope to come. For which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews.
Right. And we get accused and get persecuted day in, day out, by the other nations and our own people, man. Right. We're trying to bring back our people, the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans, and who are scattered abroad, man. And we are out here to call back our people home, man. Right, hey, brother, right? Come up here, brother. Come up here, brother. What's your nationality, brother? What's your race? So-called. Right? Well, brother, black is just a color, brother. Right? Well, what country is so-called black? Right? Right? Or what language do that they speak in the so-called land of black? Right? What's the heritage of black? Right? What's the dress codes, man? Right? Who are their forefathers, their ancestors, man? Right? Right, all right, brother. We're gonna put right Deuteronomy, right, 28 and 13. And y'all listen to this too, man. Right, bring that up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so this is Moses. Right, Moses speaking to all the Israelites in the wilderness, telling the Israelites if they do not listen to God, read on,
to observe to do all his commandments,
right,
and his statutes,
right, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God Yahweh, read on,
which I command thee this day,
right, what's going to happen?
that all these curses,
all these curses, all these curses, all these curses,
shall come upon thee and overtake you in might. Shall come upon and overtake.
Right, the Lord is speaking to the Israelites, right? Right, let them know that if they do not listen, that curses shall overcome them and shall overtake them. Right, right now, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right?
That's right.
Right? Give me verse 16.
Verse 16.
Right?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The Lord said,
cursed shall thou be in the city.
Right?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right? Verse 8. Who's living cursed through all the cities, man? Right? Living cursed in them Baltimore City. Living cursed in D.C. Living cursed in New York, man. Living cursed in all the four parts of the earth, man. Right? Who's cursed out here? Right? A march for justice and peace. Because the brothers and sisters are getting shot down and gunned down every single day unjustly, man. Right? We cursed, man. Right? Why? Because our people get replaced to the Most High God. Right? Why? Because we are the Lord's people, man. Right? And the Lord says that if these people do this, that if you don't listen to us, then we curse, right? It's our punishment, man. But the same way, right? Any child will be disciplined by their own father. Right? Even that in Hebrews, right? 12, verse 7. Right? You know? Right? Verse 11. Right? And the Lord said also, a curse, a shall be fulfilled. Right? That's our brother. Hey, who is cursed? Right? Tobacco fields. Right? A curse. And the rice fields. Right? All the other fields of the damn earth, man. Hey, producing and raking up all the crops for the so-called white. Right, and even to this day,
hey, we still cursed inside the work field, man. Right? We the ones, right, who are the last ones fired, hey, but the first ones fired.
Right.
Right? Hey, we are the ones, right, who make it, hey, just to them 19 years, getting ready to get the retirement picture, man. And just for the so-called white man, to them fire you, so that he can get his damn white buddy in there, man.
Right.
Right? It so that you have to work into slavery, right, for another 20 years, man. Right? Or until you damn die. It's never had any retirement or any damn peace or any damn pension, man.
Right.
Right? And that's how people's cursing all the cities, man, and all the fields, man. Right? Why do you refuse to return back to the Lord and hearken and to his laws and commandments, man? Right? Give me verse 68. Right? Give me the book.
Verse
5 and 19.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right? Y'all familiar with the Israelites were doing in ancient Egypt? Right, give me Jude. Right, 5, verse 11.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, and verse 11.
Read up.
Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them.
Right, the king of Egypt, right, during this time, right, roughly 1450 of BC, right, Pharaoh Thutmose the third, right, when Pharaoh knew that Joseph, right, he rose up and he dealt evilly with the children of Israel, right, you know?
And dealt subtilly with them,
Right.
and brought them low,
Right.
with laboring and brick,
Right.
and made them slaves.
And what?
And made them slaves. And made them slaves.
Right, and we were slaves in ancient Egypt, right, under the last third Ethiopian Africans.
Right.
Right, under the so-called pyramids, right, the so-called tombs, right, the so-called sphinx, right, and all the so-called monuments of us, man, were built by our people, right, under the slavery of Pharaoh, man. Right, so the Lord is saying, right, that we were already in one Egypt, and we just came out of Egypt, right? Right, so that if we don't listen, then what? The Lord, he's going to bring us into what again? Right, so we were just in Egypt, right, under slavery and under bondage, right? But the Lord, he just brought us out of Egypt, right? But after, right, we came out of slavery, right, the Lord is saying that he's going to send us back into Egypt, right, or back into the same conditions again. Right, so what does that sound like is going to happen to the Israelites, but if they don't listen to God? Exactly, brother. We're going to get put back into slavery, right? And
Same shit again.
To disobey God, right? Now, what if, right, and your parents, they told you to come home, let's watch that, right? Right? What if you have a son, right, or a daughter, right, and you show, make sure you home, right, every night before 7 o'clock, right, when the sun goes down, right, she then come in there, right, or they don't come in there at 2 o'clock in the morning, right, 1 o'clock, whenever they feel like it, right, and then out here doing God knows what, right, and they just keep disobeying, right, what's going to happen? What you going to do? You want to just let that rock, just let it slide. Right. Right. Hey.
They can't obviously don't respect you.
Right. So, hey, what you gotta do? Hey, you gotta give that child discipline, right? Right. How much more our Heavenly Father, who shows us, who literally brought us out of Egypt, literally brought us out of slavery and captivity. Right. Give me the book, right? 1 Corinthians, right? 6 and 20, right? Hey, and the Lord who physically, right, brought us out of slavery and bondage, man, right, to be his people, and we keep disobeying, keep disrespecting, man. Hey, punch and get chastised, man. Right, bring that up.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 20. Read. For ye are bought with a price. The Lord said,
For ye are bought with a price.
Right, and we were bought with the price, man. Right, with the blood and the covering of our Lord and Savior, man. You know?
Therefore, glorify God in your body,
Right,
and in your spirit.
right, and that way, we gotta glorify the Most High God in our body and spirit, right? And think about obeying Him, like His laws and statutes and commandments, right? Right, but our people will refuse, right, to hearken, right, and follow the laws of God, and therefore the curse came upon our people. Right, so read that again, Deuteronomy 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, back into slavery, bondage, captivity again. Right now, how did our people get here to America?
Can we walk here? Can we take a plane here? Can we take a bus, right? Hey, who form of transportation? Boat. Hey, boats, man. Right, but let's read out the Holy Bible, man. Right, read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Right, slavery, captivity again.
with ships.
With what?
With ships.
On the plane.
With ships.
On the bus.
With ships. With ships.
And the Lord said that if his people do not listen, right, and follow his laws and commandments, that they were going to go into slavery, oppression, or bondage, and be ships, man. Right now, what people throughout the history of Earth went into slavery with slave ships, man? What people?
Black people.
Whoa, you say black people.
Well, sure. Let's say, well, Negro people.
Negro people. What you say, brother? What people went into slavery right via slave ships?
We were brought into slavery via slave ships, yes.
Hey, we. Right? Hey, but who are we? Right? Because black is just the color of your New Balance, right?
We are God's people. We are the
We would be the Israelites, brother.
That's right.
Right, the Lord is speaking to the Israelites who are known modern day as the so-called blacks, as the so-called Hispanics, and as the so-called Native Americans, right? Because all these words are just so-called, right? We're going to deal with that, right? You know? We're going to deal with that.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right? By the same way of Moses said it to our forefathers in the wilderness, we don't.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right? And we never seen our homeland ever again as a nation of Israel, right? That's what we say. We just black, right? We just niggas, right? Or hey, I'm from that over east, right? Or hey, I'm from that over west, man. Right? Why? It's because we never see our homeland again, right? And we've been disconnected from our Lord and Savior. Exactly. Right? You know?
And there ye shall be sold.
Right, and there, but once we got all those slave ships, right, we were sold. Right? For what?
Unto your enemies.
To who?
Unto your enemies. Unto your enemies.
So, hey, who sold us? Who sold us? Well, hey, who physically, right, sold us, right, to these different so-called plantations, right? Right? Hey, the white man, man. Right? Hey, but the Lord, it just said what? That's your enemy, man. Right? According to the Bible, man.
Right.
And you know, this man is your damn enemy, man. Right? Because your enemy, right, is going to beat your back, man. Right? Your enemy is not going to teach you who you are inside his so-called school system, man. Right? And your damn enemy, man, is going to take the image of your God, of your Lord, and paint him as himself. Right? That's what your enemy does, man. Right? You know?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies
Right.
for bondmen
Slave man.
and bondwomen,
Slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
And what?
And
No man shall buy you.
And that word buy is an old quicker term, right? It means that no man came to redeem us out of our captivity, right? Right, so if all these things happen to the Israelites, right, the Israelites will prophesy into the curse of all the cities, right? The Israelites, right, will curse, right, to have their enemy reign over them, right? The Israelites will prophesy to go into slavery via slave ships. So if all these things happen to the Israelites, right, then who must we be? Who are we, brother? Because black is just a color. Right. African American is the name of the two different white men. Leo scriptures are Africanus, right? We come to Hannibal, right? During the descent of Punic Wars, right? Circa 400 BC, right? And another so-called white man named Amerigo Vespucci, right? Who sailed here, right? Prior, right? Between right 1480 and 1490, right? Prior to Christopher Columbus coming over here, right? And he was not Italian, not naked, right? Who drew out the so-called landmass of America. Right? Also, I know we don't come from two different white people. Right? And Afro-American, that's just a damn hairstyle, right? Plus the name of the so-called white man. Right? And Negro, right? I'll go back to the black word Niger, which means black. Right? And Negro, this means black. Right? That's who you are. Kings and queens, right? But the so-called white man has his own We're the Israelites, man.
That's right.
We're the Israelites, man. God chose the people. That's right. We would be the Israelites, man.
Right.
According to the Most High, right? A chosen, a set apart people, man. Right. So again, we are, like you said, brother, kings and queens. Right then, why did these things happen to you?
Use our kindness against us.
Okay. All right, bring that up. Jeremiah 5. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 19. Right. And it reads. Book of Jeremiah 5 and 19. Right. And it shall come to pass, when ye shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord our God. Right. So now, right, when our people wonder why we got cursed, right? When our people why we were born here on slavery, right? Why we have the names of our enemies, right? The men who oppress us, right? Why are our people are spending on coins, man? Right? Or why we are in captivity, man? Right? When our people shall ask the Lord, wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things unto us? Right? Why did all these things happen to us, man? Going to slave on slave ships, right? Having our backs beaten, right? Having our children taken away from us and being sold, man, and us having nobody in that man. Why did these things happen to us? Now, you know, right? Then shalt thou answer them, right? Like as ye have forsaken me, the Lord said, like as
Ye have forsaken me.
It was damn, our conscience was taken advantage of. Like as ye have
Forsaken me.
Right, and like as our people have forsaken the Most High, you know? Like as ye have forsaken me and served strange gods. Right, and our people serve a strange gods, right? Right, and strange gods isn't always these so-called mirrors and damn idols, man. Right, strange gods could be damn money, right? Could be damn sex, right? Could be damn drugs, right? Could be damn weed, right? Damn cigarettes, man, right? And other abominations of folly that you put on a pedestal above the Most High, man.
Right.
Right, our people choose to serve strange gods, man. Right, and go to hell off, man. Right, our people love being here in damn slavery. Our people love just being here in damn captivity, right, and giving it into their lust of the flesh all days, man. Right, and be damn wicked, man. Right. Read, and serve strange gods in your land. Right. So shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. The Lord said, so shall ye serve
Strangers in a land that is not yours.
And right now we serving strangers, man, in a land that is not ours, man. Right. Again, them a police, man. And the damn enemy, man. Right. And still, again, them government and them serving, right, the people who rape, rob, and murder our people every single day.
Right.
And the people, if you traffic, right, our sons and daughters, man.
Right.
Right. And on them day on basis, man. Right. This them corrupt and them wicked beasts, man. Right. And now our people serve strange gods, man. Right. And serve the strangers, right. I mean, these other nations. Right. Council, give me the book, right? Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 21. Right. Give me the book. Right. Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Right. Give me the book. Right. The St. John, chapter 17 and verse 1. Right. Bring that up.
Book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 21. Read. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence,
Thus with peace.
Thus with violence.
Thus with love.
Thus with violence. Thus with violence.
Read. Shall that great city, Babylon, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Right, man, and because World War III, man, is on the horizon as we speak, man. Hey, death and destruction, hey, fire and brimstone, man, is coming to America as we speak, man. And you have Russia, China, Iran, right, and all of the nations standing up and getting ready for World War III and death and destruction, right, and nuclear missiles and fire, man, for America, man. And you have God and make God and coming back. Right, and to our person again, man, it's to take down this great war, right? Babylon the Great.
Right.
And you have to take the horns, right? And now they start turn apart that war, man. And you have a NATO and the EU, they said that hey, you will not back America, right? And if World War III was their pursuit, right? Israelites, right? And you have fire and brimstone. I see them ancient concepts of ballistic missiles, man. And getting ready, getting prepared. They're Moabs and then the mother of all bombs, man. Same one, same two, same three.
Right. Right.
Right, and the Israelites, the so-called blacks, the so-called Spanish, the so-called Native and Similar Indians, of Negro and Indian descent, if you do not repent, you will be cast down, you will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire.
Right.
In the land of the living and the land of your enemies, not knowing who the hell you are.
That's right.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together.
Yea, gather together. Oh, nation not the same.
Right, man, and no nation, man, is more or less desired, man, and than the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Right, and no nation, man, is more damn used and abused, man, and than the Israelites, man. Right. And we are here, and then building up the kingdom, man, and working for you as damn slaves, man.
Right.
And it's still, even then, man, right, and it's still working. And doing the damn labor here, our people still get them gunned down, and still get murdered, and still get robbed, right, and still get cashed out unjustly, man. Right, our people are not desired, man. But amongst us, right, coming back home and serving your God, man, and serving your nation, man. And you are truly desired, man. And amongst the men of the Lord.
That's right. You know, before the decree break forth, before the day passes the change, before the fierce anger, before the
fierce anger, before the fierce anger, before the fierce anger. Right. Right.
Before the fierce anger of the hour come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Right, man, and the Lord is not coming back peaceably, man.
Right.
Hey, stop thinking, man. And the Lord's gonna come back as a damn so-called white man.
Right.
But with his damn hands, so it's a damn touchy, man. It's damn malicious, man. Right, and the Lord is coming back and with the fierce anger, man, and the sharp sword, and the 10,000 of heaven, man. Right, to execute vengeance and execute judgment upon the earth in these last days, man. Right, bring that up, man.
The book of John, chapter 12, verse 28.
Bring it out.
Verse 17 and verse 1, right? It says, these words spake Yahushua, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son.
Glorify thy Son.
And again,
Glorify thy Son.
that thy Son also may glorify thee, right? As thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him, right? And this is life eternal.
And this is what?
And this is life eternal.
It's just for fun.
And this is life eternal.
It's a damn joke in the damn game.
And this is life eternal.
And this is life eternal, man. And coming back, and serving the Lord your God, man, and repenting, man. And making sure the spiritual garment is being clean and being right, man. Keeping the laws and the commandments, and repenting, and fasting, and keeping the faith, man. And this is life eternal, man. Read.
That they might know thee, the only true God.
The what?
The only true God. The only true God.
The only true God, man. So with that, man, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. It's a Yahweh, by Shema Mashak, Woman like Yahweh say, Hatel and donkey, and say death to America. And calm yourself.
Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Calm yourself.